a deck of playing cards. It is having 52 cards in total. And in this deck of cards, there are four suits, means four different type of cards, right? That is spade, diamond, club, and heart, right? And every suit is having 13 cards, right? Means 13 cards are there in every suit, right? And that's how it makes 52, right? Now, spades and clubs are black cards. As you can see here, spade and club, these are the black, right? In Hindi, we call it as hukum and chidi. Spade is hukum, club is chidi. And hearts and diamonds are the red cards, right? This is the diamond. The shape is like diamond. That's why we call it as diamond. And here the shape is like heart. So diamond in Hindi, we call it as eat. And heart in Hindi, we call it as pan, right? So these are the four different types of suits which are there in 52 cards, deck of 52 cards, right? And for every suit, there are total 13 cards. In this deck of card, in this 13 total cards, there are 12 face cards, right? In which you have four kings, four queens, and four jacks, right? Okay. However, there are four aces also, right? Ikka, as you can see here in the diagram, these are the four aces, right? These are four aces, right? Like then 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So value of ace is like 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? After then, you have for 11, you have jack, right? Jack, it is having a number 11 kind of, right? Then in Hindi, you call it as gulam, right? Jack is gulam, right? And then queen, please be on mute. Then queen, that is begum, right? A number for this queen is 12. And then Badshah, right? That is the king. Okay, that is Badshah, and its number is like 13, right? Okay, ace is Ikka, right? In Hindi, we call it as Ikka, right? And it is the value of, you can see like then it is like 1. Okay, so these are the different kinds of cards in this 52 deck of card, right? And we should know about these before before solving the numericals, right? Now, look at this question. Question number 8. A card is drawn at random from a well shuffled deck of 52 playing cards. Okay. Find the probability that the card drawn is a card of spades or an ace. In second one, you have to find a black king, probability of getting a black king, neither a jack nor a king, either a king or a queen, right? So these are the 5 part of this question where we have to find the probability of each one of them, right? So as we know that when we have a 52 playing cards, right, the probability of getting each and every card here is 1 by 52, right? Okay, that is the same. All are equally likely. Is that clear? All the outcomes are equally likely here, right? So since there are 52 cards, so getting any outcome, the probability of getting any one outcome is 1 by 52. Is that clear? And all of them are equally likely, right? They have same probability of of the same probability to come out, right? Or to happen, right? So now total number of all possible outcomes. What are the total possible outcomes here? Total number of all possible outcomes. Since there are 52 cards here, so the total number of all possible outcomes will be 52 only, right? Now look at the first part. What we have to find here? We have to find the probability of getting a card of a spade or an ace. Means either you get a spade card of that is the spade suit, and or instead this or an ace. Either this, either spade or ace. You have to find the probability of this, right? So how many cards you have which are spades? Which are spades? There are 13 cards in each suits, right? So number of spade cards are 13, right? Including one ace, right? And there are 3 more aces, right? Because this also include one ace of spade, right? Now, along with this, how many more aces you have? In total, you have 4 aces. One ace is of spade, and other aces are of different suits, right? So 13 and number of other aces will be 3, right? So what are the total number of favorable cases here? So total number of favorable outcome for this event to happen is 13 plus 3, that is 16. Getting that? Right? Because total 13 cards in a suit also include one ace, right? So we have already included this ace here in this 13, right? And 3, there are more aces of different suits. So that's how the total number of favorable outcome for this event to happen. What is the event here? The event is that a card of a spade or an ace, right? We are finding the probability of this event to happen, right? And this is equal to 16, right? Number of favorable outcome is 16. Now we can easily find the probability of getting a card of spade or an ace. So either it is an spade or an ace. So what we have to do? We have to add the probability of both of them, right? Means probability of getting a spade card, right? Plus ace, right? Means there are 3 aces, right? So this is 13 by 52 plus 3 by 52. Getting it? So this is 16 by 52. What is 16? 16 is the total number of favorable outcomes, right? Which are for this event to happen, right? Okay. So we have to first find out what are the total number of favorable outcomes here, right? Which are supporting this event to happen. That is 16 divided by total number of possible outcomes. So total number of possible outcomes are 52. So 16 by 52. Now you can convert this into the simplest ratio form, right? Simplest fraction form. So this is 4 upon 13, right? So what is the probability of getting a spade card or an ace? It is 4 by 13, right? Now in the second part, what we have to find? So in that second part, what we have to find? We have to find the probability of getting a black king, right? Means a king of black color. Is that clear? Right? We're not talking about the particular suit here, right? We're talking about it should be black in color, right? So how many black kings are there? First, we will find out that how many favorable outcomes are there for this event to happen. So how many black kings are there? There are 2 black kings. One is for spade and one is for club, right? Means hukum and chidi. There are 2 black kings, right? So first we will write down there are 2 black kings. Okay. So there are 2 black kings. Okay. Now, so there are 2 black kings means this is the favorable number of favorable outcome for this event to happen. So what will be the probability of getting a black king? Probability of getting a black king, this is equals to 2, right? Because there are 2 black kings, right? One is for spade and one for club, divided by total number of outcomes, which is 52. So the probability of getting a black king will be 2 by 52, right? That is 1 upon 26. 1 upon 26. So in this way, we have got the probability of getting this event, right? That is, you are getting a black king out of these 52 cards, which is 1 by 26, right? So what we have to do first, we have to first write down what are the number of favorable outcomes which are supporting that event, right, to happen. And then we will divide it with the total possible outcomes, which are 52 in the case of playing cards. Now, in the third part, we have to find the probability that the card which is drawn at random from a well shuffled deck of 52 playing cards, you are getting neither a jack nor a king, right? It should not be a jack, it should not be a king also, right? So what we do here, we will first find out that how many jacks and kings are there, right? So there are 4 jacks, right? 4 jacks means J, right? That is Gulam. 4 Gulam are there. And similarly, we have 4 kings, Badshah, right? So there are 4 jacks and 4 kings in the total deck of 52 cards, right? So what will be the number of cards which are neither jack nor king? Tell me what it will be. It will be 52 minus this plus this, right? Isn't it? So write down the number of cards which are neither jack nor a king. It should not be a jack, nor should be a king, right? So we have to subtract this 4 jack and 4 king, that is 8, 4 plus 4 from 52, right? And it will be equal to 44, right? So there are 44 cards which are neither jack nor king. Now we have to find the probability. Probability of the event. What is the event here? That getting a card which is neither a jack, right? Which is neither jack nor a king, right? Neither a jack nor a king. So what it will be now? It will be equal to the number of favorable events, number of favorable outcomes for this event to happen, divided by total number of possible outcomes. This is our formula, right? Now, so what are the number of favorable outcome for this event to happen? That we have already found, that is 44, right? And total number of possible outcome in the whole deck is 52, right? So 44 upon 52. Now you can convert this into the simplest fraction form. Now you can divide with 4. So this is 11 and this is 13. So you'll be getting 11 upon 13, right? So what is the probability that the card which you are taken out at random, right? And you are getting a card which is neither a jack nor a king. The probability of this to happen is 11 by 13. Is this clear? In this way, we can find the probabilities, right? Please note down. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. Now, what is the fourth part? What we have to find here? We have to find the probability that when a card is drawn at random, you're getting either a king or a queen, right? The card which is drawn at random is either a king or a queen, right? So what we have to do, we have to first find out how many kings and queens are there in the whole deck, right? And that will be the total number of favorable outcome for this event to happen, right? So how many kings are there? So there are 4 kings and 4 queens in total, right? 4 kings, one of each suit. Similarly, 4 queens, one of each suit. Yes or no? In the whole 52 deck of cards. That means total number of favorable outcomes. Number of favorable outcomes means which are kings and queens will be 4 plus 4. That is 8, right? And we already know that total number of possible outcomes are 52 in the 52 deck of 52 cards deck, right? So what is the probability that you're getting either a king or a queen? This will be equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by number of possible outcomes. That is 8 upon 52, right? Now we can convert this into the simplest fraction. So this is 2 upon 13. So in this way, we have got the probability that when we draw a random card, you're getting either a king or a queen. That will be 2 upon 13. Is that clear? So we simply find the total number of the favorable outcomes for this event to happen divided by the total number of the possible outcome, which is 52, and that's how you're getting 2 by 13. So I hope you have understood like how to do these type of questions based on probability. Yes, sir. Now look at this next question, question number 9. From a pack of 52 playing cards, jacks, queens, kings, and aces of red color are removed, right? So these are removed from this 52 playing cards. What are removed? Jacks are removed, queens, kings, aces of red color, right? Remember, red color are removed. Now from the remaining, a card is drawn at random. Now you have to find the probability that the card drawn is a black queen, a red card, a 10, a picture card. Picture card means either a jack, queen, or king, right? So you have to find the probability of these events to happen when some cards are removed from this 52 playing cards, right? I hope you have understood the question. Yes or no? So now very first, what we have to find that how many number of cards have been removed from here, right? From the 52 playing cards, right? So number of cards removed and number of cards removed. So if we see here, jacks, queens, kings, and aces of red color, not a particular suit they are saying, it is saying that red color. So for every face card, there are two cards for red color. Yes or no? Means two jacks, right? Two queens, two kings, right? And two aces. Like this, right? So there are two jacks of red color, right? Diamond and heart. Both are red in color, right? Similarly, one diamond queen and one heart queen, right? Both are red in color. So in this way, the total number of cards which have been removed is the total of all these, right? Yes or no? So that means 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. That is 8. Total 8 cards have been removed from the 52 playing cards. Right? So now what is the total number of the remaining cards? Because when you have removed these cards, now 52 cards is not there in the deck. Right? There are less. Right? So the total number of cards remaining will be 52 minus 8. That is 44. Right? So only 44 cards are there in the deck. Is that clear? Right? And now, if we talk about the face cards, because we have to find, right, the probability of the face cards also here. So now, how many jacks are there? How many total jacks are there? Two, because two we have removed. How many queens are there? Two, right? So among out of four, only two are left now because two we have already removed, right? So now black color face cards are left here. Aces is also which are two, right? Two aces of black colors only, right? So these are the black color cards which are remain. Black color, right? Cards, right? Now, what we have to find? Let's see one by one. So in the first part, we have to find what is the probability of a black queen. Means a queen of black color, right? A black queen, right? So probability of getting black queen. This will be equal to number of black queen means, what does it mean? Number of black queen means number of favorable outcomes, right? Divided by total number of cards in the deck now, right? So number of black queens, how many black queens are there now? Two, right? Two queens are left which are black color. One is a spade and one is club. So 2 divided by, now what is the total number of cards which are left in the deck? That is now 44, right? So total number of possible outcomes is not 52 now in this case. It is changed because we have removed 8 cards from here, right? So now it is changed and now total number of possible outcomes is 44 instead of 52. So 2 divided by 44, which is 1 by 22. Is that clear? So probability of getting a black queen, right, is equals to 1 by 22. Right? So you have seen that when we have removed some, cards from the deck, the probability of getting an event is changed. Yes or no? Getting that? Now, in the second part, what we have to find? In the second part, we have to find the probability of getting a red card. A red card. We're not talking about here face card. We are talking about a red card, right? So for this, what we have to find out? We have to first find out that how many red cards are remaining in those 44 cards, right? Or how many total number of red cards which are there in those 44 cards, right? So just write down remaining number of remaining number of red cards. This is equal to, so how many total red cards are there in the whole deck of 52 cards?
26.
26. And among these, we have removed all the red cards. All the 8 cards which we have removed are red in color, right? That means how many total red color cards are remaining now? 26 minus 8, that is
16.
18. 18,
18.
right? So remaining number of red cards in the deck is now 18, right? So we can find out the probability of getting a red card. This is equal to number of red cards remaining, number of red cards, right? The number of red card means number of favorable outcomes for this event to happen, divided by total number of cards in the deck now, right? So number of red cards are 18 now, and total number of red card in the deck is 44. So this is 18 upon 44. You can divide this with 2. So this is 9 upon 22, right? So probability of getting a red card when you are drawing a card at random after removing 8 red cards from the deck of 52 cards, what you will be getting, the probability is 9 by 22. So in this way, you can see that how probability getting changed when we are changing, we are changing the case here. We are changing some situations here, right? So probability will get changed. Are you getting my point? Right? So please write down. Now, in the third part, what we have to find here, we have to find the probability of getting a 10, right? So whatever cards are remaining in the deck, that is 44, we have to find what is the probability of getting a 10 card, right? When we are taking a card at random, right? Okay. So very first we have to write down like how many number of tens, you know, number of tens in the deck. So we have not removed any 10 from the card, right? From the total cards, right? So there are 4 number of tens, right? That means this is the number of favorable outcomes, favorable outcome for the event to happen. And what is the event? That you are getting a 10, right? So therefore, probability of getting a 10, probability of getting a 10, this is equal to number of favorable outcomes divided by total number of the possible outcomes. That means total number of the cards, which are 44 again, right? And that's how you're getting 1 upon 11. Is that clear? So the probability of getting a 10 among these 44 cards when you draw a card at random, this is 1 by 11. Is that clear? Now, look at the fourth part. What is the fourth part? What we have to find here? We have to find that when we draw a card, you're getting a picture card. Now, what does picture include? It includes a jack, queen, or a king, right? That means when you draw a card at random among these 44 cards, right, which are left after removing 8 cards, you are getting either a jack, a queen, or a king, right? So this we have to find here in this fourth part. Now, what we will do? We will first find out like how many total number of picture cards are left in these 44 cards, right? So how many total jacks, queens, and kings are there in 52 cards, in the deck of 52 cards, right? So there are 4 jacks in total, right? 4 queens are in total, and 4 kings are there in total. That means total 12 cards. Total 12 cards are there, which are either jack, queen, or king. Now, among these 12 cards, 6 have been removed. Yes or no? Right? So 6 have been removed. So what is the number of picture cards now remaining in the deck? So write down remaining number of picture cards. This is equal to 12 minus 6. Why? Because 6 picture cards are removed, right? So total 8 cards have been removed, among which you have aces also, but ace is not a picture card, right? So among the picture card, we have removed 2 jack, which are red in color, 2 queen, which are red in color, and 2 king, which are red in color, right? So that's how it is 6, total 6 red cards, which are picture cards, we have removed, right? So from the 12 picture cards, we have removed 6 cards, right? And this is equal to now the remaining number of the picture card in the deck is now 6, right? So therefore, this 6 will be the number of favorable outcome for this event to happen. So the probability of getting a picture card means we are talking about either a jack or a king or a queen. This will be number of favorable outcomes for this event to happen, that is 6, divided by total number of the cards, means total number of the possible outcomes, which is 44. So you can now write down this in the lowest forms. So this is 3 upon 22. Right? So the probability of getting a picture card means this event to happen, that you are drawing a card at random and you are getting a picture card, it is 3 by 22, right? So in this way, we have found out the probability of the different events to occur, right? Within this case, right, where we have removed, initially we have removed 8 cards. And after that, we are finding the probability of getting these cards, right? Or probability of these events to happen, right? So sometimes probability get changed, right? It depends upon the condition, right? Okay, so you can see here that probability get changed as we have removed some of the cards. So I hope you have understood like how to do the questions based on probability, right? Whether it is a dice, as we have already seen that in the earlier classes, like how to do the question based on dice, or the coins when you are tossing two coins or the three coins together, right? And how to find out the probabilities. And similarly, how to find the probabilities related to the playing cards, right? The total cards of 52. It is a deck of 52 cards, right? And it is very interesting to solve such type of questions, right? And if you understand the concept from the very basic, it is really very, very easy to do the questions on probability, right? So in exam, when you're getting the questions on probability, if you have done this from the very basic and your concepts are clear, so I don't think you will lose any mark from this topic, right? So just practice some more questions which are given in your NCERT book, right? And some other reference books which you can refer, right? So we have done some of them, so you can also try on your own. Are you getting that?